when you go down
Okay?
home, when you go down to Tobago, that's what you find yourself doing too.
I just plant tomato, and they just eat tomato for months and
Oh
so on.
boy.
But then so the whole idea is being able to learn anything, anywhere, at any time. So we went
So
from school.
yes, so one thing more I wanted to tell our audience that there is a science behind teaching.
Of course,
Teaching is
there's a
not just a
science and
job
the art.
you do. Teaching is not just a job you do because you can't get nothing else to do.
You know,
Teaching is
I
not a
think there's
job because you want money.
mhm. You know, I
Teaching is
think
not a
there's an
job.
art, there's a
Yes,
science,
explain.
and I'll add there's a spiritual dimension to teaching. You know, because who is the greatest teacher?
Well, we have him, Jesus Christ.
The great teacher, you know, and he was a great doctor. As you see, there's a spirituality to everything that we do, and you know, as citizens, we need to be called to a higher vocation as opposed to we just walk and so on of what we do and becoming of service. So yeah, there's an art to it, there's a science to it, how you study it, and the data behind teaching and the new data that we're discovering about online learning. And for me, there's a spiritual dimension to it as well, and I approach it from all three dimensions.
Ooh, so you're not just grabbing up that job because your mommy used to teach or your cousin used to. No, you have to have a calling. It's a calling.
It is a I think it is a calling because it's very hard. It's a very hard vocation. You know, teaching is
Yes,
because let me tell you,
Stephanie Thomas is saying that.
teachers will break you. You're speaking, you know, I mean, just Mama Coco, we could do a whole show on the spiritual dimension of teaching. You understand? Because it's so, there's a psychology of it. You understand? There are metrics behind it,
The
you know,
psyche.
and you understand, and it's something I take very, very, very seriously. And I deal with teachers from a gentle dimension as well, and never from a judgmental dimension, because I know it's hard. Because I mean, it's very, very, very hard because teachers have hard days, and I mean, their parents. If I see them, I'm going and cuss them out right now.
Oh boy.
You
Oh
understand? No, and
boy.
tell them how difficult they made my teaching experience is. You understand? And some of these parents were Black women. You understand? But those, like I remember one parent, and some parents were very good for me because they helped shape me as well. Okay? They helped shape me as well. And one of the things is a lot of the kids I was teaching, they grew up just with moms. And then too, in Brooklyn here, we work in a dimension, a space where most of the teachers are white women. And I ain't no white woman, and I ain't teaching Black children the way no white. And I'm looking for friends, if you understand what I'm saying. You understand? So when I go into a classroom and I see Black children, I go in there with my A game, and I'm not coming to I have to go into that because I'm here looking out for your best interest, and I have to fight off the wolves and them sometimes in the staff room because I know the conversation I've heard in staff rooms. You understand? I know that when you talk about systemic and institutional racism, I know experiencing that in New York City public schools. That's why I don't work in the public schools. You understand? Because when I go in and see that bullshit, that I'm gonna call that out because these are people's lives that you're talking about here. These are the kids in my community that I live in. And when you could get in your car and drive out to your suburb and drive out elsewhere and teach for 3 years and run back to wherever. No. Because they ain't throwing no stone and mash out the window in my house in Brooklyn. They're not doing that. So I'm gonna give up my best to them. Exactly. Run back with promotion. Yes, run back promoted. You know, so some teachers, they come, you know, so you have programs like Teach for America. And I didn't do Teach for America. I did a program called the New York City Teaching Fellows. That's how I got into it. Okay. I wanted to teach. You understand? But you have some of these programs that do 2 years and they come and they do. This is why I have some problems with liberals, because this is a very political thing as well too, because some of them feel they come and they teach urban kids and they come to be saints. This is not the Catholic Church. We're not canonizing you here, if you understand what I'm saying. Coming and teaching black kids does not make white people saints. Okay? It doesn't make white people saints. And they do that for 2 years and then they're directing policy somewhere.
And how long you have to work as a black teacher to really...
You understand, and work in the trenches. So that's why I always used to cultivate my relationship with parents and so on, because I knew white administrators never had my back. I wasn't expecting them to have my back.
You know, this is serious conversation.
You understand? I knew why, because Mother Coco, imagine being in school as the only black male teacher, 27 white women. And this is not against white people or anything like that, but just imagine. This is why I don't want to know about your kids. I want to know about these children right here. Okay, it's nice that your daughter got married over the summer, but let's focus on this kid who is pregnant in the 8th grade. And this is when I'm talking to you, I'm spitting back facts to you. I'm spitting back information where I could go in my journal and write about, this is the day I spent in the classroom. And teachers were talking about the fact that an 8th grade student is pregnant for a student in the 11th grade.
Wow.
So this is the reality of the trenches. And dealing in a school every day, it's mental, and they don't, you and the staff, everything there, it has its own politics there in school. That's why I don't work in schools. The politics on the staff, politics in administration, everybody's just trying to get to the next level, go in a central office, get stuck there, politics there and everything. So for me, going as a consultant is the best thing. If you don't want to listen, you don't want to listen, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to give my best, do my best, and we'll proceed forward. But this whole concept, we need to learn in different ways, you know, and effectively communicating with each other, you know, and
so
the safety.
How would you counsel teachers concerning an 8-year-old or 10-year-old getting pregnant?
Oh Lord. I don't have those skills, and you have to talk to a social worker for that, Mama Coco.
I know we have to talk to them, but if you...
I really don't know how to
like
deal with that situation.
Take for instance, you're in a board meeting, yeah, right? And they bring up the topic. And you hear people going off and on and trying to brand this 8-year-old. What would you say to the administration at that time?
Well, okay, so I believe we're all gonna have to take a step back from this situation, and let's try to look at this situation from a place of empathy, a place of compassion, a place of what you call, and get the right supports for this child. That's the direction that we need to go in. Get counselors and so on. That's the direction we need to go in. That's the direction that we need to go in for that child. For an 8-year-old, hearing an 8-year-old pregnant is a little shocking to me. Maybe you're for 12-year-old, 13-year-old. You need to begin to discuss issues of sexuality with that person, and maybe there's somebody like Onika Henry that you can bring in to have those conversations, because you know the fact is kids that age, they're engaged in those things too. You understand? And the whole idea, the whole concept of e-safety in this space right now, and so on. Because here's what kids. I remember from I was little, we was talking vice. Kids are gonna talk vice. It's just a natural thing of our natural bodies and so on. You understand? But the fact is, we just have to learn how to do it in the right way. You know, we're a country that's really we're a very sexualized country. Think of us at Carnival, gyrating on everybody and everything, but we really can't talk about sex in constructive ways and so on. But that's not my topic. I'm not the expert to talk about sexuality. Mama Coco, you could bring Onika Henry on your show to talk about sexuality and talk about those aspects, because I think that's one of the aspects of our thing, because we say, oh, you know, them little pit there, they have vice in the head. When we get them the computer the first time, they was watching porn. No, it's the parents that was watching porn. You understand?
Kids can't get into porn just so.
Yeah, you understand, and stuff like that. So the fact is, you know, the whole aspect of e-safety and how we behave online and so on. But you know what? I really think that we don't need to beat up on our teachers now, and we don't even need to beat up on our parents as well. But we need to be learners and co-learners together.
So a child come to you, okay, and they are being raped by somebody, whether it's incest or, well, all is incest, but it could be family, friend, the neighbor, or a stranger. What would you do with such information?
You know, one of the trainings that being a teacher in New York City, you had to go through things like child abuse and knowing how to see those issues of
signs.
You understand? And those situations are unfortunate. And what I need to say in our situations, it's unfortunate that those things are happening in homes, but we just need to be aware of the damage that we're doing. You know, you don't touch children under 18. That's just a fact. And you see our culture, and you see these are deeply cultural things that we need to have real honest and open conversations about, because it's things that were handed down. It's things that we because of culture and survival and how we frame and shape sexuality, you know, we become really confused about them. But Mama Coco, Onika Henry, get Onika Henry. I don't know if you know her, but get her.
Well, you'll help me get her.
I send you to get she.
Okay, well, right. Well,
She's
we will
a
get
sex
you.
therapist.
All I would need is her number and her
Yeah, she
email,
on
and I will get
Facebook,
in
man.
touch.
She's a sex therapist.
But here the other serious part of my conversation. That child beg you, Mr. Baird, please don't tell anybody.
You have to direct it to, you have to follow the chain of command and supervision. So this is the part where you have to be professional. You have to be professional at this point. Okay, there's issues of confidentiality. Okay, that don't mean you're going and talk the child business with somebody else and things like that. And we're quick to talk. You understand? And the thing too is, you see familiarity, it's kind of thing like something else. And the fact, when we live in small villages, everybody know everybody business. But you know the song, mind your fucking business. You know the song.
Okay.
You know the song, mind your business. However, those things need to be dealt with in the chain of leadership. So teacher to administrator, referring to the correct people, and if it needs to be referred to the authorities, it needs to be referred to the authorities, because it's against the law. Okay, yes. It's rape, it's sexual violence against children, and it's not right. It has to be reported.
So with you, to the police. It wouldn't be no secret.
It's not a secret. You understand? Because it's damaging to the child. You understand? And then you are a damaged adult as well too.
Oh, because you have to keep that information. You
are, and especially you are putting the act on that child. That's your damaging as well too. So I think we covered this digital literacy and learning, but I think we also talked about that learning. But because even for the e-space, okay, who are you communicating with? You understand? Because let me tell you something. A lot of people, and I don't mean to upset nobody, marriage right now, their relationships and so on, people are having affairs over WhatsApp.
Oh my God.
and communicating in that way, and their husband and spouse line right next to them. So messages are sending. So let's get it together. And we hear the thing right on to digital communication. So we're bringing this home, Mama Coco.
Yes.
One significant changes within the digital revolution is a person's ability to communicate with everyone.
Yes.
Everyone and anyone. You know, in the 19th century, so we're talking about the 1800s, the form of communication was very limited. In the 21st century, communication options have exploded to offer a wide variety of choices. Email, cell phones, instant messages, okay, that them WhatsApp chats. You know, some are important information, but some of them is bacchanal. You know, information, trafficking. So you mightn't see people sit down on the bay anymore that, you know, down the road, liming and thing like that. But
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp,
Chat,
they're WhatsApping, they're
chat
chatting, they're
rooms.
snapping and face, they're cropping and snapping and chatting. You understand? So the expanding digital communication have changed everything because people are able to keep in constant communication with each other. Constant communication. And because of this, it could be for good or bad. Hello? It could be good or bad. Okay? However, you could use this ability to communicate to collaborate. Okay? And
Yes.
collaborate. Unfortunately, many people haven't been taught how to make appropriate decisions when faced with so many digital communication options. Okay, so it's things like your email handle. I probably have about 10 different email accounts that I use. Okay,
Wow.
but
Why?
none of them is like a name that says none of them is like a, you know, you see some emails, you can't send a resume in to a job with the email sexy mama 121 or big hot chick. You understand? You can't, you have to have an appropriate email for that. And some people don't know these conventions. May I go in and hire you if you send me an email like that, or I
I hope.
might hire you if according to what I want.
Yes. I hot for so. I
You
hot for
understand?
so. So I have a question here that I
Yeah.
believe the audience should stay and listen to this question. If you are in school and you're a teacher and a child come up to you troubled, but saying, Mr. Baird, I want to come home with you, you know. Mr. Baird, can I come by you? Can I come by you on Sunday to get some food or stuff like that? How would you handle that?
Okay, so I'll send the food for you on Sunday. You understand? And these are, you know, conventions that like I learned as a teacher when teaching in New York City. Never be in the same classroom with um you and one other student. Or always have the door open with you and one other student. Or stand partially in the classroom and in the door with you with the student inside. And you know, just like tricks of the trade, like
Yeah.
that. But you know, you should be able to, I should be able to trust any male teacher with female students because I'm not expecting you to sexually harass children. You understand? But some people are have poor character.
Women doing
You
it too, you know,
understand?
not only men.
And women are doing it as well too, especially in the United States. That's not my expectation. You understand? Of you. So, but you're somebody who you're not fit to work around children. You're a pedophile. That's what it is. You're a pedophile.
I bring this in because I know an incident with a teacher, you know, and she thought she was helping. She buying things for the child, and then one day I said, "What? I said, no. I said, this can't happen. You can't afford to take people train, girl. And she
You
was
know,
a
and
teacher.
there,
Listen, she was a teacher working in New York City for at least 10, 12 years. And you know that
mhm,
matter, that same matter went to the board
mm,
and she lost everything, even pension.
yeah, you can't. Though you see those relationships, like you can't even. You can even like students driving your car
I
here.
know.
That's been you can't even do that. Like I remember my senior year of high school, we had a teacher who like Mr. Walsh, Mr. Walsh was one of the persons who we're going to high school, and he carried us to restaurants and he would drive us in his car and so on. But I think it went from it was always not us alone. You understand? It was his senior leadership team there that he had, and it was more of a mentoring type thing. So it wasn't anybody alone with Mr. Walsh, and it was always a combination of boys and girls, if you understand what
Yes.
um what I'm saying. Because you can't allow for those experiences. Take kids to a restaurant and sit down and eat. I remember when I was in ninth grade, it was 2 years after I come to this country. I remember Mr. Koenig, our English teacher, he took us we went to see this play, and we went to a Chinese restaurant and we sat down and eat. And I remember it to this day. You understand? And those are good experiences because all of that is learning. You understand? But our teachers, you need to be really shepherding our children and not praying, PREY, on
Pray.
our
Yes, right.
on our children.
Children.
Okay?
Mhm.
And lastly, let's get to digital economy and commerce. And the technology users need to understand that a large share of market economy is now being done electronically, buying and selling and trading online, because that's where people are communicating, and people
Yes.
trade where they form relationships. When Columbus came, savagely wiped out the Native Americans, part of it was a trading relationship. Okay?
Mm.
Unfortunately, the Native Americans were on the wrong end, because what was it? It's not the savagery that woke them out. It was diseases. It was a virus, just like the coronavirus, influenza. Okay, because they weren't immune to that quite yet. Okay, but in this place, the market economy is now online, and a lot is being done electronically. So the mainstream availability to purchase toys, clothes, cars, food, everything. I don't even have to go to the grocery. Just go online and order it. Fresh Direct brings it right to my house.
Mm.
Okay? However, goods and services which are in conflict with the laws or morals of some countries are surfacing, which might include activities such as illegally downloading things like pornography and gambling. you
Mm.
know so users need to learn about how to be effective consumers in a digital economy, and not even only being a consumer, but being a creator as well, being a creator in the digital space as well. Okay, let me put on my
Yes.
charge. Being a creator in the digital space as well. So what is the digital economy? It is the economic activity resulting from billions of online connections among people, businesses, so things like Amazon, data,
Yes.
Avanel is saying it in the chat, devices and processes. That is
Yes.
what the digital economy there is about. And the times have changed. And there's I don't know where exactly in the scripture it says you have to be a man, be like the men of Issachar. Issachar was one of the tribes of
Tribes.
Israel.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
says the men of Issachar understood their times. So I hope that we can really understand the times that we lived in. This is knowledge. There's still wisdom and understanding that comes from different
Different
dimension.
dimensions.
And so these are the economic. So what we were able to do tonight is connect the four themes of citizenship to this new form of citizenship, citizenship in the digital space, citizenship in where nationality no longer matters. You understand? Nationality is not an issue anymore. It's about being part of this community that's fostered in 21st learning century skills such as effective communication, collaboration, and critical thinking.
And the one I love, and I know a lot of people will love it too, Keino, is the way you explain how we should know our worth, know our value.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And where we stand with the laws of the land that governs us.
Yep. So in summary, we looked at pegs. So everybody should remember pegs now. All my seventh grader know pegs. When you could now, you should be able to write an essay on
politics,
tonight's
economic.
You understand? You should be able to write an essay.
Geography and social. Yes.
Okay. And political, economic, geography, and social. And you could add more dimensions into it. You could add a religious, you could add an art, religion, you could do all sorts of things. But learning like this is how we understand information. So we're in a global pandemic. The world before there is no after. This is the new normal. What's after will be based on what we're creating in this new dimension. So we don't want to get stuck in yesteryear.
Yes.
We want to be moving forward because economically it's going to impact us. I'm not an economic. I'm not Vanish James. I'm not the economist.
I really want him on my show. You think I will get him?
Yeah, Vanish should come on, man. I don't know if he's a social media person. That might be his channel.
He is.
Oh, I've never seen. I'll send him a friend request. Then okay, but Vanessa is like one of my mentors as well.
I always enjoy hearing him.
There's a financial fallout from this. There is a financial fallout from this because some companies are gonna scale down. Because they're going to say, you know what, I don't need this workforce.
A lot of the offices will close. They don't need the people. When people could work from their garage, they don't have to pay rent now. So a lot of things, a lot of jobs would be closed. They wouldn't need all these people.
And people are going to be working from wherever they want to work from now. Because we realize being physically there, physical is no longer a thing.
Necessary.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's no longer necessary. One of the unfortunate things that we have seen, and this is one of the areas that I could talk about a lot too, is how we look at grief and death and how it's really interesting to study Tobago from the cultural aspect of death and tradition so on. And one of the things I was sharing with cousin of mine, and she's an engineer, and she just decided to become a full-time entrepreneur. And I was sharing with her tonight, I said, I don't want to be far away because I know I want to go to like Thailand and chill on a beach for like 3 months.
Yes, Keino.
Thailand, Vietnam, and because I want to do that aspect of Asia. I want to go and I want to go to Vietnam to study a little bit more about the Vietnam War and so on. I love Vietnamese sandwiches. Those banh mi. Those are really good sandwiches. They're really good. And Thai food is really good. But I want to go and and now I know I can go. I know I can do that once these borders are open, because I can go there for 2 months. I can here's another place I can go. Barbados is a place I can possibly go. Because Barbados are telling you, they made it into policy now in Barbados to say, we're gonna now allow long-term extended visitors into our country. Okay? Yeah. So people who have been working in offices in Manhattan that are now closing, a lot of them have already left New York City and are going to other places. So this is the whole movement that we're talking about. Okay, so some people's movement gets restricted. Somebody say, I am in Thailand.
That's where she lives
Are you in
now.
Thailand right now?
Yeah, she
Alicia
lives there.
Wallace. Oh, I might have to be sending you a friend request because I want to.
Please do.
I want to go to Thailand. For me, is a spiritual journey, but I have to do Thailand
Ooh.
separate from India because India is also like a spiritual journey as well too. But my India crew already booked.
Here your auntie, you see your auntie calling your educator? Keino the educator.
I'm
Yes.
deeply humbled.
Yes, Sandra. Yes, yes,
You
yes,
know,
auntie.
the Ghana, I'm not ready for Ghana yet. The Ghana, I've been to Africa, but I'm not ready for Ghana yet.
Oh,
You
well, this
know,
is a summary too.
huh?
That's a part of your summary. You ain't ready for
Yes,
Ghana.
yes, I'm not ready for Ghana because just the whole emotional aspect. I did Rwanda of about 10 years ago, and I want to go back to Rwanda. You know, and
Hmm.
when I go to Rwanda, I'm not going to Rwanda for 10 days. I'm going to Rwanda for 3 months.
Oh boy.
You understand? Because I know I could be in Rwanda for 3 months and still work digitally and so on. But yeah, I do want to start traveling a little bit more because I used to travel a little bit more. But places, and these are the policy. Sandra is not coming with me. You are not
Oh
coming
my God.
with
That
me.
is
You're
your
not
auntie.
coming. You and your sister can go, but you're not coming. You're
Oh
not
my God.
coming.
Oh my God. That is your auntie, boy. Your loving
Yeah,
auntie.
but nah, she not coming. The India crew done booked already. Me and two other people, we plan on going to India and Asia and
And she,
Thailand. That's like a beach trip. And but Ghana, maybe what Ghana, I need to go to Ghana with people. I can't go to Ghana by myself. I cannot
okay.
go to Ghana I can't go to Ghana by myself. And Nigeria. I have my friend at a Benke, she has to take me to Nigeria.
Wow.
Because
Well,
I think
well,
I
well.
might be interested in two Fulani brides, but that's another story.
What?
I that's another that's a joke. It's a joke. But the fact is,
Keino, you don't make
um,
joke. Keino, Bear,
and but the
you
whole
don't
idea,
make.
the whole idea is, it's about cultural change,
Yeah.
and because we're communicating and cross functioning in this way and so on. But that's what I have to share tonight on looking at the 4 dimensions of digital citizenship.
Wow, Keino, this was an awesome show. I hope a lot of people tune in and I hope a lot of people will share this because this is epic. I I am I am so moved, well, all the time. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Mama Coco Life and Style, and we are about to end this show while I say something to Keino and while I announce my show for Saturday. Saturday, we have a jam-packed show. It's like a graduation show, you know, where most of the people that was on my show before, from a political point of view, and from life changing and for life changing, and people who want to get over certain emotions, they are going to be back. And then joining us on Saturday is Keino Baird again.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He
be back
is
on Saturday,
he
and
will be back on.
I'm glad to be part of a panel this time with other ancestors. Yeah, me. You see, I'm
You
reading.
see?
Yeah, me. I'm being on the pan. I'm reading what Stephanie Roberts is. Yeah, and that's why for me to go to Ghana, because I know it's gonna be a deeply spiritual thing. You
Yes.
understand? I know it's gonna be a deep spiritual thing, and we have to go there with bell and calabash and all kind of thing, like that.
Now we ain't going there.
And
No, I want people to
there's
know that
nothing
you
issue.
I don't want everybody to know that you know about Bell and Calabash. Well,
You understand? And
Kino will be a very busy guy on Mama Coco Life and Style. He will be here once or twice per month. He will be co-hosting some time with me according to who I'm having. So there we have Kino. A round of applause for Keino. The people love
Thank
you,
you. I'm
and I
deeply
respect you
humbled.
and love you. Yes, I love and
You
respect
know,
you. So
I'm deeply
Saturday,
humbled for
wait,
the
let me,
opportunity.
yes, you will tell me about that. But let me just plug this show for Saturday. Saturday show, we have Ali G. Yes, Ali G will be back here with us on Saturday. We should have been having our boy Dexter, but Dexter can't make it. He has to finish up some paper for his finals that is coming up. So we'll be having Ali G. The replacement for Dexter is Keino Baird. Then we have Alan John. Yes, Alan have some good news for us. Alan is doing pretty good, thank God. We're gonna have Racine Melville. Yeah. And who again do we have? Well, my sister Joan Pierre Phillips, she will be coming on the other champion show. So this is a show for champions of my show. This is part one, and we'll be having more. So here we'll be having a jam-packed show on Saturday, and we're having a jam-packed show on Sunday. Sunday, we have two sisters from Trinidad and Tobago, but one is living in the United States, New York City, and the other one is an entrepreneur in Trinidad. I am going to be speaking tongues here over the weekend, I believe, because it will be so spiritual, it will be so enlightened, it will be so, according to Keino, it will be very cultural and ancestral. So peace to everybody. And I want to thank each and everyone for joining this live. Stay tuned. Join us on Saturday for Keino Baird again. And Mama Coco is saying thanks to each and everyone. Anything else you have to say, Keino? Say it now or forever hold your peace.
I just really want to appreciate you for, because like I said, I really do not talk a lot. I teach. And thank you for having this platform. And I'll try to be as useful and humble as possible. And I really do appreciate this. And I just really want to thank my family for the support. I know a lot of times that they don't understand and they're not traveling with me anywhere, but they can go. And maybe the Africa trip. Maybe we could do the Africa trip
as family.
Together. Yeah, maybe we could do it like as a big thing with Mama Coco and plan a trip, do a diaspora trip.
Yes.
And we can do that because I can't just go to Ghana like that. Yeah. I've been avoiding it for the longest while. But I really thank you for the opportunity for your platform. I really hope that God continue to bless you. Thank you for the water that you have poured over my life. And keep pouring it. And I really do appreciate this that you have going here, and for this platform that is only going to keep getting better and better, and dealing with this dimension of truth that the people deserve to and really need to hear.
Well, I want to thank you again, Keino. It's awesome.
So for all the viewers as well too, thank you, and I really do appreciate being here.
So can you name a couple of your family that is here? Your mother is here.
Well, my mom was here. My mom was here. I saw some of my uncles on tonight. Uncle Gat, Andy Bread, Uncle Chris was on, Uncle Walter was on, Donna May. Mama Coco, I come from a very strong, tight, supporting family. Okay, and when we go to blows with each other, we go to blows with each other. You understand? And when we debate in Parliament, we debate in our Parliament, and and I just pray to God to just make my tongue still. You understand? Because it's not too clean, it's dirty, and but I think we do it from a place of love and so on. So I love my family, and I thank them for their support and their clannish ways. I love them, and even with my grandfather gone, there's just so much support from the sisters, the younger sisters who are still alive that are around, so we're in Tobago, we're tight. In Trinidad, we're tight. And in New York, we're
More
tight. Some of
tight.
them need to be a little bit more disciplined. And when I know, and I, to be honest with you, I mean, I love the fact that they just tend to give me my space and my respect and things, because when I'm not ready to be around them and I can only deal with them for 5 minutes, that's how long I want to deal with them for 5 minutes. And so on, just because I'm not really a social person and whatnot,
You
but
could fool
we are
us.
tight. We are a very tight crew, and we're warish too. You know, Bruiser. You know, my grandfather name was Bruiser, and I
Yes.
always ready for good trouble. I always ready for war. If you understand what, but you don't want to get in a kind of war for me, because I always ready for war, because I always stop. You understand? And it's something I've learned to temper. But I'm a very confrontational person. That's why I don't like conflict so much. That's why I try to seek peace and pursue it. But when they come for me, and if they send you for me, I come in for you.
Oh, Papa.
You understand? I come
Because you
in for you.
because you have the information.
I come in for you. So let we deal with each other on a level. Respect, mutual understanding. They're not gonna agree and believe everything, and so on. But the
Much
bonds,
respect.
familial bonds, cannot be broken, and some people need to know their boundaries as well too. Need to know their damn place. Okay, so I'm done. I'm done.
Well, peace, everybody. May the peace of
Peace.
God, which surpasses all human intelligence and understanding, keep our hearts and minds in the unity of the Holy Spirit. May we walk with love. May we walk with unity. May we confront ourselves before we confront each other. Because sometimes if we confront ourselves and we find the mistake, we don't have to deal with anybody else to solve it.
That is so
Sometimes
true. That is so true.
it's just with you. It's just with
You know,
yourself.
I just ask myself every day, what am I doing wrong?
Oh
I
my
just ask
God.
myself that, what am I doing wrong? And I know I'm doing wrong.
Oh,
I know
Keino.
there's something, I know that I'm doing wrong sometimes. You understand? And sometimes it's just like harsh words. So sometimes I just pray to be more, and especially with my teacher. And this, and that's where I think I picked it up from, especially deal with everyone as a learner. So being kinder, being gentler, being compassionate, and so on. You could still get over what you want to get over, but sometimes we need to temper ourselves. Because I have to work on me too,
Yes.
Mama Coco. I have a lot of work that I need to do on me, and I'm a work in progress. I'm not looking for perfection, work in progression.
Oh, peace out, everybody. Have a
Peace, we're
good night,
done.
Joanne Cummings, Cedra, Doname. Yes, Sandra, everybody, your uncles, everybody, because you are Cedra's only son. Yes, and she has only one daughter. So she has 2 kids, and I pray for Sister Cedra tonight.
Mama Coco, don't say that.
Don't say that. No,
She
because
has
she has
4.
another, she has
She
4.
has 4. Yeah, 4 of
Yes, yes,
us.
she had done on me. I know, I
Yeah,
know. Don't say 2 is
do
4.
do 4.
Yeah.
4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
her
Okay,
last
4.
sister, her last sister is counted as a
Yeah,
daughter.
yeah,
Yes.
4,
So, so peace,
4.
everybody. Blessing
Yeah,
to Sister Cedra and her family, her husband. Yes, I pray for everybody tonight in Jesus' almighty, magnificent name. And the people of God say what? Amen.
amen.